What I thought during my third year is, hang on a minute, I want to basically create the perfect planner. Creating a brand, getting it online was definitely something that kickstarted my fire for entrepreneurship and creating a brand and business with my name on it. Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Just Chat with Jay. We've got another solo episode here. I'm going to be talking about the journey of my business, Just Work. As you can see, it's on the wall, it's on my back, and it's everywhere around me. Joanna Wilson, JW, started unofficially between my second and third year of university, and then I registered it as a business in October 2019. So I wanted a brand identity for my business, which I was running from university, and it was primarily in tutoring. So I was tutoring maths and science at GCSE and A-level. They were my two favourite subjects, the ones that I was most knowledgeable in. I had been tutoring for about 6 months to a year, and I thought, you know what? I can expand this. It can be my own brand, my own business. And I eventually, when I finish university, have the ability to scale it. So Just Work was coined. It was actually one of my friends from uni, I don't know if she remembers, Beth. We were talking about whether or not we could do something that had the same like initials as my name. And she was helping me with coming up with a name for it. And I came up with Just Work. And then it's kind of stuck. Anything is possible if you just work became something that I said at the end of my YouTube videos, and then sort of by accident it's been the theme, tune and motto and guiding quote of my entire life, because honestly I love to work. So we started as a tutoring business, and I was tutoring those two subjects, and on top of that I was doing some mindset tutoring, so one-off hour-long sessions where I'd go through some mindset related things with students and then create them a timetable to follow. That was really successful, and I did it throughout my whole third year at university, and it was helping me earn like a really decent amount of money on the side of my degree. I was really enjoying it, and at the same time I was sort of organising my own time and my own life, and using about 50 different planners that I'd been sent or that I'd bought or that I'd used to stay organised. And what I discovered was I loved different features from all the different planners that I used, and therefore I used this one for this and this one for this and a notepad for the things that they didn't have. And what I thought during my third year is, hang on a minute, I want to basically create the perfect planner for me, the thing that I will use every single day that incorporates all of the different things that I love. Basically, about all of the stationery products, all of the organisation products I'd used in the past. And that's when I created, it was called back then the Just Work Academic Planner. And it had a crisscross design, very multicoloured. And I thought, well, if I'm making it for myself, I might as well make 100 and sell them. Try and sell them out there to people. And that's exactly what I did. So at the end of August 2019, I launched my first ever stationery product. In the summer between my second and third year, I'd obviously come up with a name. I was doing this tutoring. I then designed a website. So a website where people could inquire to myself about tutoring. And also on there was 3 online guides. So I had one for creating a perfect timetable, one for the transition to GCSE to A-level, and one for the transition for A-level to university, and advice and all my top tips for those periods of your life. I think I sold about 5 of these in total between 2018 and 2022 when they came off my website. They were not a huge success, but doing the work, creating a brand, getting it online was definitely something that kickstarted my fire for entrepreneurship and creating a brand and business with my name on it. So the launch of my first product, the academic planner, did really well. I think I sold about 50, and I did all the post and packaging myself, and I didn't really make much money from it, but it was just really cool that people were interested in the products that I had created and produced and also used myself. That was in August 2019, And for Black Friday that year, I also launched a second product, which was my weekly tracker. And it was basically, in my mind, like a desk notepad that you could write notes on, to-do lists on, and also set yourself some habits and goals to stick to for the week. I loved it. It was something that I would use alongside my academic planner to ensure that I had written down everything I needed to be on top of, everything that I needed to do to smash life in that period of my life. And I flipping loved it. In 2020, I then went traveling, and all throughout this time, I was still tutoring under the name of Just Work. I was still doing a lot of things online academic challenges. I also was still selling my products. So my mum was helping me out with my post and packaging whilst I was traveling, and I was still doing quite a lot of tutoring whilst being away. So just figuring out the time differences, doing it all on Zoom. And then obviously COVID hit and we came home from traveling and we were locked down for about 6 months. In this period, I was building up my tutoring brand. I was starting to look at more group-based tutoring, more things that I could offer that weren't just me one-to-one my time. I worked on a load of videos whilst I was traveling and whilst I was home that I was selling in packages. I basically filmed tutorial videos to then package up and sell in bundles or as the entire spec or just as one-off things. And I started posting them on my YouTube channel as well. Similarly to the online guides that I'd made nearly 2 years previously and put online, I didn't do very well. I don't think I sold even one of those. It might have been a big fat zero. So I spent about 100 hours of my time writing these programs, prepping these videos, putting them out into the world for zero success. So if Just Work is a testament to the fact that you've got to keep trying and keep ploughing forward to succeed, then definitely follow it. One thing that I did do alongside this though, however, was create checklists for both A-level biology and A-level chemistry. Basically, they were all things that people needed to know for that specification for those exams. And I put those on my website for free. And obviously, because it was free, I had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of downloads of those. So if you were one of the people that downloaded my free checklist for A-level biology or A-level chemistry, comment down below because I thank you a lot. I had daily people downloading those. So hopefully they supported people through their exams. The idea was that was then going to funnel into the online products that I created. Didn't quite work out that way, but I was happy to be a source of information for people who were practicing for their exams, who were learning, who were pushing forward. All throughout this time, I was still selling my planners and also weekly trackers. In around August 2020, so about a year after I launched the products originally, we did a rebrand. We rebranded the academic planner to the lifestyle planner. The reason being is because I created it when I was still in academia for myself. I tweaked it a little bit, but what I actually realised is that anybody could use that planner, gain a lot of benefit from it and massively succeed using it. So we just changed the name of it. We rebranded the design, which was so much nicer than the original. And we ploughed on for the rest of 2020. At the back end of 2020, I then got a job. So a lot of my Just Work stuff ramped down. I was trying to fit in tutoring on the weekends and on sort of weekday nights after work, but generally from that period of about January 2021 to me leaving my job in October 2021, Just Work was pretty quiet, to be honest. It just kept ticking over. I wasn't doing loads of stuff on social media, particularly hardly any compared to what I've been doing in 2020, because obviously we had so much time with the lockdown period. So that was quiet, and in October 2021, I left my job, which then opened up a load more of my time to focus on Just Work. What I'd started doing was some Instagram lives. So some Instagram lives to support people with, again, GCSE, A-level, science and maths. People liked those. So what I also then came up with to start at the start of 2022, subscription, where people sign up, they get access to some live sessions 3 or 4 times a week They go through the whole of the specification, and this was for GCSE Maths and Science. And they were 20-minute to 40-minute sessions. What we would do is break down, we'd make sure we covered everything between January and the exams to ensure that they'd got all the support that they needed before their exams. Now, this was actually really successful. When I say really successful, I don't mean we had like thousands of people join up, but there was consistently about 10 people on those lives and signed up and paying that monthly recurring fee. And because I had a lot more time at the start of 2022 up into that exam period, I was tutoring a lot. I think I had about 10 one-to-one students, and quite a lot of those were doing 2 to 3 sessions a week. We ramped up the tutoring side of it massively at the same time as doing the online subscription. And also prior to the exams in 2022, I released another product, which you can see up there, I think, which was the Flashcard Book. So people using the Flashcard Book in order to help them revise. I spent so many hours during my GCSEs, my A-levels, my degree, making flashcards. I created the book so that people could use it as a revision tool, but keep them all in one place. I was forever losing them, or basically I got like a ring binder to keep them all together. So I wanted to create a place where people could put flashcards all in the same place and keep track of their revision using them. When we got to summer 2022, other areas of my life started ramping up. So what I decided for the academic year of 2022 to 2023 was that I was gonna wind down the tutoring side of thing, the one-to-one, like needs hours of Joanna's time in the week to be able to do that. Start to focus more on the product side of things. I rebranded slightly to Just Work with Jay. A lot prior to that, I'd been calling myself Just Work Tutoring. And obviously that was going to only form a small portion of the work that I was doing. So it was Just Work with Jay from September 2022. And what we did in the build up to Christmas is we decided to put some more time and energy into products. I launched my yearly planner, which is on the wall behind me. I wanted to focus more on content, providing value, and talking more about the work that I do, and embodying the brand of Just Work and working hard to achieve your goals. There still is an element of academia in that. I also do still have one student who I'm tutoring once a week, which is nice to keep sort of my finger in that pie a little bit. We changed the angle and the direction of the brand slightly to be focusing more on anything being possible if you just work, and actually just purely being retail and selling products. We had a really successful Black Friday and a really successful Christmas with Vlogmas. And since 2023, we've been focusing a lot on the product side of things. I've launched my first ever piece of merchandise, which is my Just Work long sleeve top, which if you've not got one yet, you definitely need to get one. I'm continuing on my journey, the angle being working hard, whether it's at school, at university, in life, in like sport, in whatever it is, knowing that if you're organised, if you plan, if you put your mind to it, stay on top of everything that you're doing, anything is possible if you just work. That's the theme that we've been going along the lines of. Another thing that's run alongside the academics is morning routines. So again, during lockdown, as part of my brand, I built in using a morning routine and how morning routines can make you more successful in daily life, everything that you do. And since August 2020, when I took on my first cohort for teaching them about morning routines and smashing it with the Maximise Your Morning programme, that has been something that I've done pretty much every month since. And again, had consistently around 15-20 people sign up to that. It's been higher, it's been a little bit lower at times. We are consistently have been on a monthly subscription of people that are signing up and doing their morning routines live with me as well. So Just Work Now is a combination of morning routine subscription. It's $9.99 a month. If you haven't checked it out, you definitely should, because morning routines will change your life. And also retail products, so planners, trackers, flashcards, everything to track your organisation. Plus bringing in the merch, because we want to get the word out there that anything really is possible if you just work. What the rest of 2023 looks like is very exciting. I am working in the background on a 6-week Just Work on You program, which is going to be coming at the end of August, start of September. So there'll be definitely more things to talk about on that program. I've got some really cool ideas for new products this year. And they're going to be coming out at the end of November, Christmas time. And then myself and Ash actually are in talks about doing a joint program for the start of 2024. So lots of things to be excited about. Lots of sort of changes in direction with Just Work. And I am not certain that it won't change again. I definitely don't want to completely say goodbye forever to the academic side, but just with all the other different areas going on in my life, I needed to take a step back from something to ensure that I could put more time into other things. So I'm sure that that theme will come back in again at some point. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm proud of what I've built in the last 5 years now. Just Work's 5 years old in August, which is incredible. I'm excited for what's to come in the next 5 years. Imagine being sat here, maybe not sat here, but sat somewhere else in front of a wall that says Just Work on it in another 5 years' time. I can only imagine what we're going to be talking about in the second 5-year period and 10-year long journey of Just Work. But hopefully this story has been insightful. Please let me know down in the comments what else you would like me to chat about on these solo chats with myself. We'll see you in the next one. Like, subscribe to this channel. You're probably not subscribed to it already because it's new. So definitely do that and subscribe to the other two while you're at it. Keep smashing it and remember anything is possible. You just work.